Welcome back to another episode of Live With, brought to you by Species Nutrition. Visit speciesnutrition.com. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today's guest is all the way from Europe. His name is a new name that you guys are going to learn very well. It's Roman Vavrecan, and I want to welcome you to the show. And he's sitting there with his trainer, Kirk Chittick, who we all know from Gold's Gym Venice out there. Hey, guys.
How you doing, Dave?
Hi.
Now, Roman, no one's going to know who you are out there. This is probably your first big interview that you've done with anyone. So give us a little background of, number one, where you're from and how you got involved with bodybuilding.
Yes, I'm from Slovakia. It's a country in Central Europe. It's a little country. And, I started training like every other young boy in my age, and I was quite good at it. I was a lot better than my classmates and all my friends. So one day, a friend of my brother told me that I should try bodybuilding competition, and I was lucky enough to win my first competition. And that was a great motivation for me, and I continued to compete, and here I am now.
And people are probably wondering, what the hell is this all about? I don't get many text messages from my good friend Bill Comstock anymore out there in Venice, California. But when I do, I take notice because Bill's got a great eye. And Bill, sent me some pictures of you, and he told me, you're only 25 or 20. Are you 25 now? I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe Johnny will put up some of those pictures up there. Of you competing. You have quite a physique on you. Peter McGuff wrote a stellar letter for you. I know. And a little article about how he felt that you had future Mr. Olympia potential. When you hear critiques about your physique like this, and people kind of saying what great potential this guy has, comparing you to Flex Lewis as a young guy, how does it make you feel inside?
It's great. It's really great to hear, and it's a big motivation for me because I think I have a low esteem, and I don't think I'm so good, but it's really a great motivation for me to hear all of these people.
What do you actually weigh on stage, and what height are you?
I think I'm 5'8".
Right.
And I was 208 pounds at my last competition.
Okay. Very impressive. Very impressive. I mean, some of the pictures I've seen are just stupendous. How big is your waist?
I don't know. I don't really know. I haven't measured it.
It's about 26. I'm surprised Bill hasn't measured it yet. I know he probably definitely measured your calves because you got some of the freakiest calves I've seen in a long time. How big are
those? I think they are 19.
19 inches.
Bigger than that.
I think they're bigger
more
too.
like 22.
They look like they're 22 inches. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're around 22.
Unbelievable. Now, Kirk, how did you meet up with Roman, and how did you start training him?
Well, your friend Bill Comstock here brought him to the gym and introduced us. He felt that, he wanted me to take him on because I was working with one of my other athletes. So he introduced him to me. I was quite impressed. I said, yeah, I'll give him a shot. So put him on the team, and he's worked out quite well so far. And as you can see, he's got great potential. So,
and it's funny because Bill Comstock was saying that he thought classic physique would be perfect for Roman, but then he found out that Roman's about 60 pounds over the weight category. So that's not going to happen.
I think Roman's more Mr. Olympia material, actually. He's too thick. He's very thick. So
yeah. Well, right now you're in that 212 pro range.
Yes.
So at your height, but you're a little tall for even that category. Most of the guys are under 5'6", who compete in the 212 division.
So we'll have to be pretty clever how we put them together, but yeah.
The real question is, however, how does he get a pro card? Because obviously, being from Slovakia, a small country, he's won the nationals there already. That's not going to qualify him for pro status. We obviously know there's the World Championships. Now they have these Arnold Amateurs and Olympia Amateur competitions all over the world. But I know it's very political. Sometimes you can't really get into them. What's the game plan to help Roman earn his pro status at some point in the next couple of years?
Well, the first step, we would have to get him a sponsor here so we can stay in in the United States and stay here and train with us. If we get that accomplished, then I think we will be able to hit a couple of the local shows and qualify him, here. If we can win a couple of overalls here, then I think his country would definitely submit him to go to the Arnold Amateur, which would be the best show for him.
So basically, the problem is that the country where he's from, Slovakia, doesn't send athletes to the amateur Olympia or the amateur Arnold shows?
It's very tough. In that small country, it's very tough. So I think they only select like one, maybe. So it's a little different than the other European countries.
Well, it sounds like India almost. In India, that's the same thing. They have to get the president's okay, and the president doesn't okay anyone to go to these shows, and it's a pain in the neck. So obviously, you're still young, Roman. Do you feel that you can compete at a pro level yet? Do you feel your physique is where it's at, needs to be at?
No. I think I need several more years to prepare.
And
So,
when you say prepare, what would you like to see improve on your physique?
I mean, the almost everything, but at first place, I would like to gain a lot more weight because I think I'm too tall in 212 and too light in open category. So I need to a lot of work a lot on my physique. So, but I think I have a lot of weak points, so I need to work on them.
And what do you think your weak points are?
I'm not sure, but I think I would like to have much better back and chest.
Okay, that's reasonable. Very
Yes.
reasonable. Now, how long you out in Venice, California for?
How long? I came here at the end of October.
Do you like it?
Yes, it's great. I mean, it's a dream for a bodybuilder to be
Right.
here.
So you're living the dream. What, are you staying at a hotel and just going out to all the firehouse and all the restaurants here and living the bodybuilding lifestyle, huh?
Yes, it's really great.
When do
I
you
will
go?
do my best to stay here.
Do you miss it back there? Is it better here, or do you like it better in Slovakia?
No, this is much better.
I don't believe it. All right. Well, obviously, with this kind of genetic potential you have, whose physique on the pro level do you kind of compare yourself with? Who's like the guy you look up to and say that's what I want to look like?
I don't know. It's hard to tell, but I always seen myself something between Tom Platt's genetics and Jay Cutler genetics in terms of big bones and better legs and calves. So, but it's difficult to tell for me. I think it's the others could tell better about it.
Who does Bill Comstock think you look like?
I mean, I don't really know. It's hard to tell, but my goal is to be an aesthetic freak.
Yeah. Kirk, how far do you think that Roman can go in pro bodybuilding, assuming he gets to that level?
Oh, I believe he can go all the way to the Olympia and get on that stage. And then I don't know from there. You have to see where he's at that time, but I definitely think to the Olympia stage. Yeah.
Well, you're young. You got plenty of time ahead of you. You got a great structure. You got people who believe in you, and hopefully, we could look back in 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and we could say, Dave Palumbo, you were the guy who did the first big interview with me, and I can basically give Bill Comstock all the credit. I'll just say I'm a humble journalist.
There you go.
Guys, best of luck in the future, and keep us updated, and good luck to you, and congratulations on that big win you had this past year at the Slovakia Diamond Cup.
Thank you very much.
All right. That's going to take us to the end of another episode of Live With, brought to you by Species Nutrition. Visit speciesnutrition.com. I'm Dave Palumbo, and we'll see you next time.